What is up, guys? Freno1 here, and welcome to my live reaction and review for The Promised Neverland, Chapter 120, Formless Monsters. Alright guys, so last week we got Norman saying, do you know the truth about the demons? So going off what I can see on this first page, guys, we're going to find out the truth about the demons. Without any further ado, guys, I'm not going to do a little recap like I normally do. Let's just get straight into this week's chapter. I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys are as well. Let's do this. What the demons are? Well, they're monsters, aren't they? The truth of the man-eating demon is about how demons eat humans, why they must eat humans. If they don't eat people, they can't sustain their appearance and shape. Okay? No one knows their original appearance. They were probably something like bacteria. Their main mechanism for bacteria to multiply is through division. They barely change at all while separating and making copies. Those bacteria somehow underwent some kind of evolution and transformed. And those would be mutations and horizontal gene propagation. Horizontal gene propagation is where genes from other species incidentally cross over and are adopted by another. Okay, so we got a little thing here. Interesting. Alright. So basically it's showing us what's going on. The evolution is similar to something like that. Alright. Whenever they eat, they evolve. Then they take on the genes of what they've eaten and inherit its traits. If they eat insects, they become like insects. If they eat fish, they become like fish. In short, they were able to acquire a number of various traits. Okay, so basically they're saying whatever they eat, they basically become similar to. Alright. And evolved into all kinds of forms. And eventually they ate humans. They took on the shape of humans as well as their advanced intellect. They acquired language and culture. Okay? Humans were the #1 food source for them. Before long, the demons surpassed humans and became their natural enemy. After evolving at an astounding rate and transforming, they developed into the apex predators. Humans became afraid of them. Demons, monsters, devils, gods. They were called many different things, okay? But they are still living beings. The special characteristics aren't always advantageous for them. There's a price to pay for evolving too quickly. They have unique differences, and because they don't have an original form to return to, they need to continue eating to be able to keep their traits, the traits they inherited. Demons eat humans because otherwise they will lose their form as well as their intellect. Once they knew of the taste of humans and of their form and intelligence, they desired it. They continued to eat humans, even after the promise was forged. Okay? That is the true identity of the demons. Evolution through eating. Just by eating. For that purpose they ate humans. So that's why there are all kinds of demons. And also why they created the farms. To cultivate us. But generally speaking, they were creatures that had a simple construction like bacteria. To think that it's possible for a living being to be genetically modified into a complicated organism so flexibly. That's why they're so dangerous. Okay? But that being the case, whether it's good or bad traits, their genetic blueprint is constantly being rewritten. They are extremely unstable beings. So that's why, if we destroy the plantations, the demons will perish. Okay? For these past 1,000 years, they've been eating the inferior, mass-produced meat. The ability of the lower level demons to retain their traits is exceedingly weak. If one of them does not eat a human for 6 months, they will lose their intelligence and return to the wild. Return to the wild? Then they get to be like the wild demons we see. Mass-produced meat is that is too low of quality, and the lower class of demons that are dissatisfied with it to the extent that is at now is a social issue. Okay? If we destroy the plantations, the demons will become like the wild ones we've seen. So that's why Norman is destroying the farms. But will it really be all the farms? Can we do it? Can us humans? No, us cattle. We can. Emma, you saw Zazie, right? And that boy's power. He defeated those demons with a katana, 3 in one strike. Even though I wasn't able to struggle free from them at all. It's a byproduct of the experiment at Lambada. Okay, so that's the place where Norman was held. Zazie was born in Lambada, the place Norman and Adam were at. For all more diverse luxury meat, for all better production of mass-produced meat, to be both appetizing and practical. And now the demons are seeking that meat. The 5 noble demon families in the Ratari clan have joined forces. With every possible method, those chosen to use any means necessary. And that is the experimental farm, Lambera 7214. Okay, so we got a little clone of what's going on there. Repeated medication, experiments, selective breeding. Through these processes, our muscles, nervous system, and more were stimulated. There were individuals who started to show abnormal development and irregular mutation. That's what Zazie and Hayato are. Yes. But Jin and Hayato weren't at Lambada. They were born at a new series of mass production plantations. Okay. So I'm just going to have a quick drink for you guys. It's quite warm here today. Then Hayato was so fast back then because Jinsu probably Adam's strength and recovery speed. This right here is a strength that can surpass even demons if you train it. And ironically, the demons gave it to me. Kind of like how they take our intelligence. Even though they were all called irregular, we attacked and liberated Lambada and its affiliated farms first. I wonder what percentage of kids at this hideout are headed for a future like Zazie's. Okay. I thought a lot back at that cage in Lambada. If there isn't, let's just make one. We will change the world. So it's a flashback to back at Grace Field. If it's Emma, we'll definitely have a future where all of us can live and smile. Not just for our families or ourselves. You've wanted a way to save all of the cattle children. Right, Emma? I like it, so he's throwing his back on Emma. I want to make that as well. A future where not just our family and friends, but all of the cattle children can live on and smile. This time, I want to live with Emma, Ray, and everyone else. So to that end, I've thought about the best course of action. Here's my answer. I already have a plan. Our firepower and our other preparations are ready. More than escaping to the human world, more than anything else, the safest method to rescue all cattle children forever is hunting the demons to extinction. This Neverland will be over soon. Let's create a paradise for us cattle children in the demon world. Dreams do come true. I'm going to have to zoom in. His striking answer. Okay. Interesting. I'm really curious about how this is going to play out. But anyway, guys, look, we're just going to hang on a second and we're going to jump straight into the review. Alright guys, so chapter 120 of the Promised Neverland, Formless Monsters. We've pretty much found out exactly what the demons are and why they eat humans. Basically, by eating humans, they maintain their form and their intelligence. And the reason why they had the mass-produced farm was for the lower class, for them just to maintain that human form and not superior intelligence. Obviously, the more smarter people are, the smarter they gain. They evolve very quickly and they evolve via eating. It's the reason why we see so many different types of demons, wild ones and whatnot. We also found out that within 6 months, if they haven't eaten a human, they revert back to wild demons. They lose the intelligence and all that kind of jazz. So the real interesting thing is where Emma and Ray, their overall plan is to meet with the leader and form a new pact, a new promise. Norman's plan is quite the opposite. It's very much eliminate all of them. Kill them till they're all dead. Extinct. That's that. And create a paradise in the demon half of the world for the cat and children to live in. So it's very interesting how their ideas are very, very different. The question is going to be, is Emma going to go along with this? Because as we know, her main priority is to keep everyone safe and all that kind of jazz. But the real question is she going to go along with Norman's idea of completely eradicating all the demons? I'm really curious about that. So I'm really curious about how Emma's going to react to that. Because if I'm looking at the last page here, she seems a little bit shocked. A little bit in shock about what Norman's overall plan is. So I'm really curious about how that's going to play out. So pretty much this entire chapter was based on explaining to us how the demons came to be. You know, they basically evolved, started as bacteria and just grew and grew and grew, and then started devouring items. We saw them eating horses, pigs, and eventually they ate a human. They started gaining intelligence and that form, and they just continued on from there to the point where now they got some big families, which are the ones who eat all the high quality meats and all that kind of stuff. And we also found out the reasoning behind the Lamberta farm, where Norman was taken to. It was basically to create artificial humans with super strength, super intellect and all that, and then to eat them and then to gain those qualities. So basically we found that they're very unstable and all that kind of jazz. So we've figured out exactly, we know why now, why they eat humans and everything like that. We know why those farms existed and why Lamberta existed and all the other ones. So that's the reason why a lot of these other ones have superhuman gifts. While Norman seemingly is superhuman smart, Adam with his super strength, Zazie with his super skill and all that kind of jazz. So it's very interesting to see how this is all playing out. But anyway guys, overall for this chapter, the art was solid. Very solid art. Got not a ton of progression. This was pretty much an information chapter, which isn't too bad. We do need that every once in a while. So that's why this week guys, for the Promised Neverland, chapter 120, I'm going to give it 3 stars. A solid chapter. Not great, but not bad either. A bit better than average. I was quite happy with it and I was impressed. Very much an information chapter. I'm really curious about what Emma's opinion is going to be on Norman's plan. I think we're going to find that out next week. But anyway guys, that is all for me. Let me know in that comment section below what you guys thought. Did you like it? Didn't like it? All that kind of jazz. And as always guys, I'm Farino1. You guys are awesome. And I'll catch you guys next week with another live reaction and review. Peace.